Welcome, Twitch chat, YouTube. It's Wednesday night. That means Wednesday night vintage with the Mythic Society. I can't ever say that name. They just like together, cohesively. Anyways, I saw this sweet mono red burn list get posted on Twitter. TN played it to I don't know, like an 8-2 or a 7-3 or some very good score in the Mana Traders monthly series. So they are qualified for the Swiss rounds, and I thought it was sweet. It's a cool take. I have a lot of respect for TN, very powerful wizard. So I wanted to see what they put together, basically, because this is basically put together with someone who has never played vintage in mind. So they probably took the mono red shell from Legacy and put cards that they thought would be good, like Scab Clan Berserker, which I totally agree with. So I think this deck is cool. The deck construction is very interesting. It might not be the most ideal for vintage, but I think it has some definitely has some good things going for it. And I want to see how it does tonight. We've actually hit a very good matchup to start. I would think a very good matchup, anyways. We're gonna play against CFT, who is on some kind of paradoxical outcome brew. They have 4 paradoxical outcomes and the usual I can't speak tonight. Usual suspects plus 3 Flusterstorm, but they're also playing 4 Living Wish, which is a very interesting card to be playing in your spell-based combo deck. But their Living Wish board consists of Monastery Mentor, Manglehorn, Eternal Witness, Sphinx, and Camball. But as you know, Living Wish, and Jailer. Living Wish is not just lands. It is also, it's not just creatures. It is also lands. So they can also get Tabernacle, Karakas, Boseiju, and I think that's it. So interesting little bug combo PO list, and we're off to the races. This hand does not have the key cards in the matchup. Key cards in the matchup would be Scab Clan Berserker and Eidolon of the Great Revelry? I'm not actually sure. But this one has an Eidolon. Obviously, it's going to be on turn 2, but I think that's still worth keeping. Price seems reasonable. I don't really think we need a 3rd land, so let's just put that away. Let's do it. So, yeah. Well, the key cards I'm looking for in this matchup are the ones that make it so every time my opponent casts spells, it costs them life. So Eidolon and Scab Clan Berserker are 2 damage when people cast basically most of their non-creature spells. This one is only some of them. And then Roiling Vortex is another enchantment that makes it so when they play Moxen, it takes them 5 life. So it's a really strong start from my opponent. Looks like they kept, would they keep a 7? They kept a 7-card hand with Mox, Island, Ancestral, and found a Soul Ring as well. Our deck does not have very many fast mana sources, so you're seeing like 1 Mox, 1 Lotus. I'm not sure if you're supposed to play like Simian Spirit Guides as a way to play turn 1 Eidolons, but that might be something to consider if we find out that we are too slow. We do look too slow right now. Opponent could very easily just go PO kill us, so it's possible that when we're not on the play, when we're not on the play, we might need help. So something to consider. I'm not 100% sure yet. Obviously, opponent's hand was quite strong, having both ancestral and multiple mana sources. This looks like doesn't look like a PO, or they'd be tapping their Ruby. So an Oko, that's fine. Don't care about an Oko. I mean, an Oko is annoying. They can gain a bunch of life, but I guess an Oko is annoying because they can just turn my Eidolon off. Huh. I didn't really think an Oko would be super annoying, but I can actually kill the Oko now by attacking with Goblin Guide and losing both my mountains, but that's kind of sus as well, isn't it? I mean, if they steal my Eidolon, that doesn't matter too much to me. It's turning off the Eidolon that really matters. I mean, I don't think we are beating this. It just was a little too fast. I think if we had creatures in play on turn 1, or I don't know, just seems like we got Ancestral Recalled. What do you want me to do? Attack and Lava Spike it does not really sound like a winning line, but it might just be our only option, I guess. I mean, they played it on turn 2, but like they also can crack on turn 2. They also can PO on turn 2. Like, I think you understand what I'm saying, right? I'm pretty sure we can't win the game. It's not really normal for the opposing combo deck to play an Oko, so that's, you know, another consideration, right? I don't think we're winning this game. Even if opponent had not played an Oko, I find it highly unlikely that we were winning this game. Like, one paradoxical outcome is completely game over, and we just have no way to combat it at the moment. So I don't think you're allowed to keep the spike because they stood up the food. Really? They have a PO? Yeah, so we just lose the game. I guess I should just fire blast that thing in response, I guess. It's not very good for me, but what am I gonna do? All right, they have a fluster as well. Yeah, we just we're not winning this game with most decks. when your opponent's artifact based combo deck casts turn one ancestral, like you're gonna lose most of your games. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in 4 pyrostatic pillars, which is another one of these threats, and we're just gonna take out the price of progresses. Those aren't really necessary. You can consider smash, but I don't really think I care about smash very much. I think I would rather just play my lower to the ground stuff. So they do have some like decent options because they are playing 2 Oko, and then like their Living Wish board has some like Sphinx. I mean, I'm sure they'll bring in Sphinx of the Steel Wind off of Tinker, which we can't beat theoretically unless we have enough burn in our hand. Handball is not too bad, seeing as we're playing 8 lightning bolts, so that's not too bad. But overall, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not playing burn because I think it's the best deck in the format. I'm just interested on what it plays out like. I want to know if like the deck went 8-2 because Tian's very strong at Magic, or because there was something going on here. So yeah, I mean, I think that this, of the matchups that we could play against, this is probably one of the better ones. But like your mono red deck is not beating a turn 1 ancestral on the draw. Rolling Vortex is insane against PO. If you read the card, whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to play that spell, deal 5 damage to them. Whenever they cast a Moxen, they take 5. I mean, I think that Simian Spirit Guides would definitely help. Playing an Eidolon on turn 1 is like probably important. But you also have to recognize that PO is basically a 0% metagame share at the moment, so there's like one Bryant Cook in every tournament, and then that's the only PO player, so yeah, let's do that. I'm very interested in this hand because it has a Ruby, which means I can play 2 drops on turn 1, and then we also have just like a pile of nonsense. I'm pretty sure I'm interested in just casting Roiling Vortex on turn 1. It means any Moxen they play are basically uncastable. So as long as they don't have a Force of Will, now all of their Moxen and all of their forces and spells off of Citadel, anything like that, costs them 5 life. Yeah, I kind of think you're probably right, Wombo, but I didn't want to change the deck before I'd played any games with it. I mean, they're not going to tinker Blightsteel. If they tinker, they're going to tinker Sphinx of the Steel Wind, which we probably can't beat. Actually, we might be able to beat a Sphinx of the Steel Wind because this thing has your opponents can't gain life this turn on it, which I had no idea was a text on this card until I just read it right now. I had no idea that was part of the card at all. It was this is news to me. Yeah, Petal maybe. You could play Chrome Mox, but I think you need all of your spells is the problem. There's like no reason to play a Lotus Petal over a Simian Spirit Guide. Regular Moxen are not okay because they do not cast Eidolon and Scab Clan Berserker. I mean, they kind of cast Scab Clan Berserker, but I think the goal is like you want to be able to play an Eidolon on turn 1, possibly. Obviously, this deck wasn't built with that goal in mind. So if you go back in time to 2019, if you went to I'm actually level 1 YouTube channel, interesting player, and you typed in Pillar, and you found this video from 2 years ago at the start of 2019. This is my take on Mono Red at the time. Loud and poor quality video. But so this was my take, and it's pretty similar actually. I should snap this at some point. This one's playing a Petal, but it's also playing Force Simian Spirit Guide. I can't do it. These cards. I actually... What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were playing Match of Magic. So opponent played a Lotus, which took 5 points of damage, and then they played another Ancestral Recall hand, which is annoying, but I think the way they're pausing, this Roiling Vortex is really screwing them up. So I'm sad that I missed the Petal, the Lotus doing 5 damage to them, but our Roiling Vortex has already done 6 damage to the opponent on turn 1. Can't really ask for more than that. I mean, we can afford to take 5 damage, right? This says it's like, this is symmetrical, right? But we don't really care. You know, if our Fire Blasts are doing 5 damage to ourselves, is that really going to be an issue in Vintage? Probably not. So, I mean, we could easily still lose this game because opponent does have Tolarian Ancestral Lotus, but their Tolarian is super hampered by the fact that this Roiling Vortex is in play. I don't think opponent's playing Repeal. I see 0 Repeal. I don't think they're playing Claim. I see 0 Claim. So this is not exactly how I would build Bug PO. It's a different take. It's definitely a different take. Living Wish is a really cool idea. But they're playing like none of the spells that I would play in those colors that help them deal with problem enchantments. Now, to be fair, there are not very many problem enchantments left in the current metagame. There's not very many people playing Stony Silence. So yeah, I'm gonna go Goblin Guide and Second Vortex, I think. Second Vortex means they just basically cannot play any artifact mana. Yeah, I don't really think opponent's deck beats Roiling Vortexes, actually. Kind of funny. Just another unbeatable card that PO can't play against. We're not even playing Pyroblast in our Mono Red deck. Our Mono Red deck has 0 out of the 8 possible Pyroblasts. All right, to be fair, we did draw our Nut Draw, which is a Mox Ruby. I guess our Nut Draw is technically a Black Lotus. But Mox Ruby and Black Lotus, our hands are probably like 300 times better when they have a Mox Ruby or a Black Lotus in them. Don't cringe me, Wombo. You are the most cringe person I've ever seen. Have you looked at your own Twitter? Come on now. You might have messed up, Karate, because that is in fact the time yourself out button. Which I will happily oblige. Okay, all right. I'll see you in 300. I do like this. People do have the ability to time Wombo out, which would be just doing the community a lot of good. So Ooh, we should do betting. We should do betting for game 3. Chat, remind me before when we're in sideboarding to do betting. I haven't done it yet. I always have Log do it. You don't have a sword. Oh, do we have a sword? Why does my gifts... why is it always weekly? I want to make it... Anyone know how to make chat not say, like, the weekly top gifters, but, like, the lifetime top gifters? How do you change that? Does anyone know? Because I have a bunch of sweet gifters that I want to put up in my top of my chat. Because I saw on another channel that it wasn't weekly. It was their all-time. All right. This is not a 0-drop artifact, so that one vibes. What else do you have for me here? Time Walk, sure. This does mean they're getting another upkeep and they're taking another 2 damage. Yeah, I'll try to do betting before opening hands for sure. Scroll down to community recognition and click leaderboards. Where's that? In my chat settings? I might also have better TV chat. So manage moderation settings, maybe? Oh, no. Oh, no. Opponent's going off, and I just really am not interested, but it looks like they'll tinker a Sphinx, maybe? I lost my chat, though. Come back, chat. Do I look like a... I don't know. I can Google it later. It's fine. Oh, they put a Sphinx into play. I don't know if they read Roiling Vortex, but we got that covered. Should we put another Roiling Vortex into play? It's probably worse than a Pyrostatic Pillar, right? This means that... I think I'd rather have a pillar, I would assume. Well, the Vortex does deal them damage on upkeep, right? I guess I might die. I guess they can't force this, right? I guess they can force this. Is it possible that I lose this game? No. So if I just take 6... I mean, they're not dead, right? They take 2... Why can't they force? What if they just hard cast force? Yeah, but if they counter my 3rd one, I die, right? Why did I play Pillar? Well, I didn't want to take more damage, but the clock is pretty bad now, so... I mean, if I spike them, I go to 7 and die if they have a Force of Will. If I cast Lava Spike this turn, I lose. And they have a Force of Will, I die. Right? If I cast Lava Spike this turn, I die. And they have a Force of Will. Because I take 2 damage and go to 7. Then I take 6 damage and go to 1. And then I take 2 damage and go to 0. I can't cast Lava Spike. But I guess if I take 6 and then I take 2 and go to 1. Sorry, if I take 6 and go to 3 and then go to 1, I can't cast it on my next turn anyways. The problem is I'm losing the Roiling Vortex race because they're going to go to 3 and then they're going to go to 1. Like, I lose. If I don't cast, I lose the race. What if I go Monastery Mentor, Lava Spike? Then yeah, that's a better line. I go to, like, I have to, yeah, that's a better line. If I go Mentor, I go to 7. I go Lava Spike, I go to 5. I make it so they can't gain life and I attack for lethal, right? So let's do that. So maybe I was supposed to play Roiling Vortex instead of Pyrostatic Pillar. I really didn't think it mattered, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, if this resolves, then I automatically win. But if they have a Force of Will here, I lose. I just lose the Force of Will no matter what. So it doesn't matter. I 100% lost the Force. They have Hardcast Force of Will. I lost the game because I played Pyrostatic Pillar. If I had played the other thing, I would have also lost the game. So it didn't actually matter. So opponent just beats me if they have Force of Will because they have Hardcast Force of Will off of Lotus. I didn't have any options. If I had gone Roiling Vortex, I would have taken an extra damage and then I would have still died to the Sphinx. If they force this, I don't just win. They just block. All right, they didn't have it, so now we're good. If they had Force of Will, we lost that game. Right, chat? Am I wrong? If they had Force of Will, that gets countered. They don't lose any life. If you pillared, you also would have lost the Force of Will, Wombo. You still would have lost because it would have dealt me an extra damage. Yeah, I mean, don't listen to Wombo. That's a true statement. All right, let's bet. What? Should I have played neither? Probably not. Probably supposed to play something. I don't know, though. Maybe not. Start a prediction. Start a prediction. Home team wins the match. Yes. I give you 1 minute, chat. You may bet your points. Your PO points. Good luck. Have fun. They would not die on the same upkeep. I would die on the following upkeep because I would take 3. I would have died. It's a close betting battle. I'm pretty sure I was dead either way if they had a force, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, it might be more correct to play. It's not like a straightforward thing because if we like say they draw Demonic Tutor or Ancestral Recall. Obviously, both those cards are in their graveyard. But if they draw Demonic Tutor or Ancestral Recall, it's infinitely better for us to have a Pyrostatic Pillar in play over a Roiling Vortex. Our Roiling Vortex is already killing our opponent no matter what. So, like, a third Roiling Vortex isn't helping us kill our opponent with spells. However, our Pillar is preventing them from casting any more spells that are not Force of Will. So, like, I think the Force of makes more sense. So, yeah. I think the Pillar makes a more sense in the play, but maybe the race made it so it didn't. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe, maybe. Is this hand good enough? Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to mulligan this hand, but it just doesn't feel like these hands. It feels like we really need Simian Spirit Guides. I mean, I'm going to keep it because it's got 2 of the best PO hates in it, but I feel like we're on the draw. It's just not good, right? Well, it might not be like the deck's fault. Like, it just kind of seems like we need to have Simian Spirit Guides in our deck. Yeah, like you only have 1 Lotus and one, they just have a, okay. I mean, the problem with this is I just can't race it, you know? I just can't, like, I don't think we're going to be able to race it. Especially when they're gaining 6 on this first turn. I mean, if they're going to have turn 2 Tinker every time, I guess we just can't win. I guess we need to play Pyroblast at that point. I mean, yeah, Tinker is a really good card. True statement. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Pyroblast in Mono Red, to be perfectly honest. Like, okay, but it's not really contributing to your game plan in meaningful ways. There are very few like win the game on the spot blue spells besides Tinker in Vintage right now. So I really don't think our deck is like too fair either. I think that's not true. I mean, our opponent has had, you know, grade A starts. Like they had turn 2 Tinker with Force backup. Like what do you want me to do, you know? They had 2 games with Ancestral Recall on turn 1. Unfortunately, our Roiling Vortex keeps killing us, which is really unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, Tinkering a Sphinx is pretty unbeatable for your mono red deck. I agree. They have Time Walk as well. I mean, that's wonderful. You got me, homie. We're not beating that. What is this? All right, we got removal. We're ready for this. So round 2, we're playing against black red black goblins combo. It's a pretty cool deck. Got, you know, you snoop on top, put a Kiki Jiki, make a bunch of snoops, and then sack them all to a Sling Gang Lieutenant. Pretty cool deck. We played it on stream before. Lots of fun. I'm gonna definitely keep this one. We're gonna keep this 1-lander for sure. I think having Mountain Lightning Bolt is a pretty good one against opponent's deck. Prediction? It's too late. We'll do it for game 3 or something. I already forgot. Opponent has mulled to 4, and we have Mountain Lightning Bolt, so I like our chances. We could, of course, just never draw a Mountain, and maybe we lose. It's possible. Look at that. You thought it would never happen in Vintage, but it's Mountain versus Mountain. Matron for Lackey? Or is it Matron for a Recruiter? Matron for Recruiter makes sense. I think I want to just play Swifties. Could be wrong, though. Maybe I'm supposed to play Goblin Guide. I don't know. I guess the fact that next turn I'm not likely to Lightning Bolt makes it so Swifties are kind of bad. Probably won't. I don't really want to play any PO decks right now. I don't really think they're good. No, I'm saying I'm not gonna like bolt during my turn. Next turn. So I guess it was probably better to Goblin Guide. Especially because this one is never gonna have a creature, never gonna have a land on top now. So yeah. All right. Well, we did not draw a land in our 2 draw steps, so we are kind of priced into the current plan of action. I think opponent should have built this pile slightly differently, where they did actually put a recruiter on top on the 4th card down to try again. Sure. All right, Snoop is down. This is just yeah. I mean, you can. You're allowed to do that. All right. All right, that's a good draw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the Goblin Guide and attack in. Leave open. Well, I know they have. I guess I should have fucking played 2 Goblin Guides. I guess I should have played 2 Goblin Guides. I guess that was bad. What if they have another Snoop though? I guess they can't have another Snoop because they had 0 cards in hand. All right, so I fucked up. I should have played 2 Goblin Guides that turn. I mean, you kind of gets the same point across. Chat did read it, you know. They drew Kiki Jiki. Next turn they have a recruiter, so it's time for the crew to get in there. I guess I'm going to lose a Swift Spear this way, but I don't really think I care. Definitely holding this Lightning Bolt, because I feel like there are very few ways we lose if we have a Lightning Bolt in our hand, probably. I mean, if you're going to double block a Goblin Guide, I'm cool with that as well, I think. There you go. You tell them. All right, so this turn they cast Recruiter and they set up a new pile. What is the new pile, though? Do they have 2 Kikis in their deck? They do have 2 Kikis in their deck, so theoretically they can try to go again. Not right now, though. Next turn they can go for another Snoop combo with Snoop Kiki, I guess. But little did they know. We got all kinds of Lightning Bolts. I guess technically we might almost be able to win next turn too if we have a Fire Blast draw or 2. Probably should attack with this because you have to use it anyways. They don't block is Bolt lethal. Now we're 1 short. Well, I guess we would attack with more creatures, so maybe. Is this a league? No. This is the Mythic Society Weekly. You block here, and then I murder you. Got him. Boom! Take that, mono red deck. Okay, so. I don't really think we have cards to board in, though I guess Roiling Vortex is kind of shite. But there's not, like, would we rather have a pillar? I guess we would rather have a pillar than a Roiling Vortex. Maybe. They don't really cast 0 mana spells. All right, I'm gonna go with pillar, I guess. I don't know. We have 8 lightning bolts. It's got to be a good matchup. This doesn't have any lightning bolts. Should we be mulliganing to find lightning bolts? Probably, right? We don't want to get lackied. I guess we don't have to worry about getting lackied when we have a Goblin Guide. We just have to worry about getting comboed. They have a Pyrokinesis and a Lightning Bolt in their sideboard to bring in. I guess we should have boarded out Price of Progresses, maybe? We have too many cards. I don't know, they're playing some bad lands. We have too many cards that are bad and no cards to bring in, so they are Muxus deck, yeah. I think we want to find a Lightning Bolt. Okay, keep. I think I'm going to take one of these lands away. Where's mine? I wasn't expecting to play against more creature decks, so they have Cavern and okay, so Rise Progress is kind of fine. This bolt doesn't help much for the combo. Yeah, but it stopped the Goblin Lackey, which is half of the two things that can hurt me. Mental misstep. Ah, shite. That's quite unfortunate, chap. I sure hope a Muxus doesn't come into play. Yeah, you're not allowed to say what. This is the world you want. Please no Muxus. Oh, well, you see, chat. We might have gotten riggedy wrecked. The whole you can't just say the cards are bad. There are no good cards to bring in. All the cards don't do anything. None of the cards do anything. I have no choice. We just wait. We can bet though, chat. We can bet. Start a prediction. Home team wins the match. You have 1 minute. Good luck. May your PO points come back to you and multiply. Oh, well, yeah. I think the only cards we're really looking for in mulliganing are Lightning Bolt. Like, Lightning Bolt is number 1. Chain Lightning is number 2, and like 1-drops is number 3, maybe? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people trying out the Goblins deck recently. It's like, you know, it exists. Doesn't have its own archetype in the sheet yet, but how many PO points do you get if you bet all of them? Well, you gain the points. So you split the. I don't exactly know how it works. Pretty sure you split the points based on how much you bet against the other team whose points went in, or something. No, I'm pretty sure it's percentage, Van. So if you like if someone bet like 100,000 on yes and you had like some amount on no, I'm pretty sure you get like all of it. That's the only no. I'm not 100% sure though. Is it closed? Can we battle? We're battling. Yeah, you get a certain amount based on what you bet, based on how the odds are. So, all right, on the play, chat. Let's do it. Let's battle. Keep. This hand's great. Chat believes in mono red versus mono red. Whatever works. Opponent's on the mull to 5. Keeps on 5. Let's see if we give him a land. You're lucky, Slasher. If you had lost, you might have ended up in our match. Oh, they set up Pyrokinesis. Okay, they have a Pyrokinesis. That's kind of an issue with my Eidolon. Uh-oh. I really don't feel like we're allowed to play this Eidolon. Kind of seems bad for the home team. Mog Fanatic is their next draw. I'm pretty sure we don't want to play Chain Lightning into the Black Lotus either. This is kind of an issue, chat. This is we have been slightly counterplayed. I did not expect this to be an issue, but it is slightly an issue. What am I supposed to do here? At least we know all their cards. I mean, if we make them use Lotus by losing our Goblin guide to Chain Lightning, so I don't know if that's really the plan. Asked price of progress. That is a valid play you could make. It doesn't do very much. Muxus costs 6. They do have a Skirk Prospector, which we might have to kill at some point. All right, maybe we should just Chain Lightning them post-combat here. Now that we can pay for it and have Lightning Bolt up. All right. I will Chain Lightning you. All right. I guess if they use this Lotus, it's probably really good for us. So maybe it's just fine. Chain Lightning you. You're at 6. All right. I'm going to just hold open Lightning Bolt because I don't want to die. I want them... Oh, they hit an Arid Mesa off of this. But that's an extra life. So... And if they get a bad lands... Oh, they didn't get a bad lands. All right, so they actually could play a Muxus here. By sacking their team. That's kind of looks like what's happening here. All right, this is going to be a close game, chat. They have a Pyrokinesis as well, worth noting. Oh, it's going to have haste, too. Are we dead? That's a lot. That's a 4 of a kind. That's 4 of a kind. What the heck? Yeah. Yeah, that happened. All right, so we need to they got a Sling Gang? That's not too bad. Oh, they're going to put it into play. Oh, cool play. Cool play. So they're going to give the Lackey haste and put the Sling Gang into play. Nice. All right, we're going to have to kill this this Lackey now. So I'm glad we hold open Lightning Bolt. That was good for the home team. No Sling Gang for you. All right, so we have a chance. They do have an army. And they will put in Sling Gang next turn, though. So I guess we don't have a chance. We have 0 chance, right? There's just no shot. I think we're dead, right? Even that's not good enough. They would have had to play a non-basic, and we would have had to have drawn Fire Blast. We're going to lose to this? No! The Lotus was too good, chat. Fuck. Maybe I was supposed to use the Lightning Bolt on, like, one of the random 1/1s so that they couldn't have drawn the land. Or couldn't have played the Muxus. Maybe that's where we screwed up. Maybe we were supposed to Lightning Bolt a 1/1. No, we probably just misplayed this game. It felt really bad because we had them at 6, so like they could always not have anything and we could bolt them and draw another removal spell. But I think we're just dead. Yeah, but they were at 6, so like our goal was top deck 1 of 12 cards. You know? I don't know. It's probably close. I didn't really consider it at the time, which is probably the first mistake. Whether or not I'm actually supposed to make that play is a different story. They have Pyrokinesis in their hand, so like we can never kill them with a creature. So it's kind of awkward to be like lightning bolting a Mog Fanatic or a Sling, whatever thing. You know that they both do the same thing, right? You know that they do exactly the same thing, right? You do know they do this the same. They're the same. I have to play one before the other. That's not a choice. Yeah. I mean, it's possible we were supposed to bolt the skirk thing, the whatever. Yeah, it's possible we were supposed to bolt the torch courier. That's the one. Maybe we were supposed to waste a lightning bolt on the torch courier. No. Maybe what we should have done is we should have chain lightning the torch courier. Once we knew that they hit an arid mesa off of the goblin welder, not the goblin welder, the goblin guide. Oh. I'm not sure. I actually think the goblin deck is fine, Yama. It's not like unreal, but certainly more powerful than my deck. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like how much of that was user error. I guess like it's hard to know if they'll just like hit another land on the next turn, but it would have given us at least a draw step, but they would have been at 9 instead of 6. But they had like a pyrokinesis, so it's like kind of hard for me to make that play. We have nothing to board in. We have absolutely nothing. There are 0 cards to board in. And they do play 7 non-basics, so 3 Badlands and 4 Caverns. It's better than Pyrostatic Pillar, I think. But maybe not. Maybe it's not better than Pyrostatic Pillar. Not Pyrostatic Pillar. Roiling Vortex? I don't know. All of our cards are kind of bad, to be perfectly honest, besides the Lightning Bolt and the Chain Lightning. Yeah, I guess the question ends up just being, are we supposed to Chain Lightning the Torch Courier so that they can't make it to 6 mana that turn? Feels like pretty bad to kill a 1/1 just to like buy 1 turn and like you lose 3 damage, which basically you lose a draw step because we need all of our draw steps to be dealing 3 damage. So it's kind of like you're time walking yourself to time walk them, and that's not actually getting us anywhere because we know they have a pyrokinesis, so we know that the goblin guide is not actually getting in. Okay. Round 3, the Mythic Society weekly event. We're playing against a Oko Oath Breach deck. So they've got Brain Freeze and Underworld Breach in their Oath of Druids deck. Grizzlebrand, Rootscar Demon, and Oko. Got it? Good. Yeah. This is a lot worse than our last hand. I accidentally... When you look at a different deck, it changes your active deck, and then I submitted the wrong deck. I have to keep my correct deck. This hand's so much worse. I'll just keep it, though. Rip my Lotus hand. Ah. Maybe we should just play Mental Misstep in our deck. Alright, I'm definitely going to get Oathed on turn 2 because I played this Swift Spear, but I really don't feel like I have a choice. Alright, well maybe I should have just played around it. Oh, wait for it. That seems good. Wait, when we draw Black Lotus, is our deck good? Alright, well they're at 7, and every spell they cast costs 2. And they didn't hit... Oh, fucking hell, they hit... Okay, wait, they hit Brain Freeze? Lightning Bolt targeting that. Okay, that puts them at 5. They made a tutored lightning bolt. They play a land, they die. Oh, well, do they have a basic in their deck? Hey chat, who wants to guess if they have a basic? Oh, they can just fail to find though. It's okay. We drew a goblin guide, so. Oh, they still take one, which is actually the same, but yeah. I mean, what if they have force? Do we lose? I guess we would lose. Got him! Got him! All right. Never mind. Our deck is perfect, and I understand everything now. I was just too small-brained to know. I once again forgot to let you guys bet. Game 3. All right, so this deck has no Grafdigger's Cages in its sideboard. I guess we'll bring in Leyline and take out Swift Spear, maybe. I kind of want to try to not play creatures. I guess I can't do that, huh? It's like literally impossible to do that. There's just no way I can not play creatures, right? So I guess we just take out these vortexes and play ley lines. Is that the best choice? I guess technically Pillar is good. And then what would we cut? Would we just cut creatures? Cut Goblin Guides, maybe? It's Swift Spear is better than Goblin Guide, right? This looks fine. Let's try this. We'll prediction after we lose this game. And then we'll have the game 3. All the biddies on the line. This is probably fine. I don't know. Keep. They got Black Lotus Ancestral? Alright, well, maybe this is not fine. This shit again. This shit again. Alright, well. Fuck. This is alright. We need Pyroblast for Oko. Alright, we need Pyroblast for Oko. Noted. Noted. It is noted that we do need, in fact, need Pyroblast for Oko. Alright, I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm just going to. What am I going to do? I feel like I have no chance whatsoever. We gotta play it out for the content, though, chat. It's gotta be there. I kind of agree that we're probably just playing a pillar and hoping it's good enough somehow. Never mind. Oh, we gained some life, though. You like to see it. I feel like this Lion's Eye Diamond is also going to become a green. No? Oko does, in fact, counter our deck because... What? No attack? Okay. Yeah, the Okos have been a problem. The Okos have been a problem for sure. Maybe they'll just play 6 lands and we can price of progress them, you know? It's not looking good, chat. Was that really necessary? Was that really necessary, opponent? Did you really have to do that? All right. Try again. Oh, too late. I forgot to do the prediction. This is why we need log. Someone go ask him why he's not around. All right, this is the hand, chat. This is the one. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Get in there, Scabby. I guess if it gets forced, I'm not really feeling it anymore. All right, I'm done feeling it. Yo, what is up, welcome. Thank you for the sub. Alb is a powerful wizard as well. We may be dead, though. Not getting sorted. You don't get sorted just by asking. That's not how this works. We really needed our Jesus, really? All right, I'm playing Oath from now on, chat. Never again am I not playing Oath. It's too good. Deck's broken. 2 forces and an Oath on turn. Bro. All right. Our deck might be bad, chat, but I do feel like our opponents are running slightly hotter than us. Like, at least slightly. Maybe they'll go too low off this Grizzlebrand and we can price of progress them. All right, so if they drew no counter spells and no nature's claims, and we draw Fire Blast, we win. Lava Spike is pretty close to Fire Blast. Because, it deals 1 less damage, so. Getcha. Whatever. Yeah, you got me. I don't think they're going to pay any more life, chat. I don't really... Maybe they'll play a land. Oh, they played a land. All right, I'm going to do it in their attack phase. Wait. No! Where's our spirit guide? We were so close. We almost had it. It was so close. It was in our grasps. Fuck. Damn. It was so close. It was almost an 8 damage burn spell. I guess 7 damage burn spell because they would have fetched. Yeah, don't think we're racing the 7 life every turn. Unlucky. Yeah, I don't know why they would play the land there, just to show off, maybe. It's not good. It's not good. All right, well. Okay, this is the 4th and final round of the Mythic Society weekly event. We're playing against Cooper. Cooper is playing green-black depths. Turbo depths. Cool. Mana confluences, gemstone mines, crop rotations, needles. This might be a viable matchup for us. I just basically I took a I took a list that TN had posted on Twitter, and I just wanted to see how it would run, and it has not run very well. It was interesting because it was a deck made by someone who doesn't play Vintage, and so I was interested to see what that meant. What is this? Uh-oh. It just does not seem like it clocks nearly fast enough is the problem at the moment. I think we're just going to get a 2020 and then die. Log, if you have nothing nice to say, shut the fuck up. It was an interesting thought experiment. It did not pan out. It's fine. That's a turn to 2020. All right. Well, both teams fought hard. Let's try it again. You don't want to play Omniscience. That gets killed by Pyroblast, chat. Basically, do I need Tendrils if I have okay? I don't know. Maybe not. What am I playing against? Do I even have anything that boards in against this shit? I have just nothing. My deck has nothing. I have nothing. My deck has nothing. Whatever. Just resubmit. I'm very over playing this deck. What is Vintage like? It is basically the same. The metagame has not really changed since Luris was restricted or banned or whatever. Some things have like adapted and gotten better and done metagame like, but the decks are all the same. Like it's still Breach and Dredge and Deathrite Shaman, and all of the decks are, there's no like crazy new decks. They've just all like, you know, little tweaks here and there for the metagame. So Thoughtseize, maybe. That seems like a reasonable card. Why am I playing this? What am I doing? Why am I here? This like, oh, chat. What did I do? What did I sign up for? I thought this would go slightly better than it did. No, I actually think Thoughtseize and like Duress are pretty reasonable cards in Vintage right now. I don't think they're bad. You don't want to like go crazy, but you're already playing like Veil of Summer in the deck, Andy. So it's like, I don't know if it's necessary. I do feel like these were some pretty good mono. Yeah. What am I doing? Why? What the fuck? Lava Spike you. Yeah, but their legacy deck draws 2 Moxes. It's not fair. All right. Well, this sucked. We learned something, though. We learned something. We should go warn the person on Twitter who said, this deck's only 100 tickets. I'm going to go buy it. Yeah, I haven't really actually gotten to use Veil very much in my testing, but I felt like Oath is about the only deck that can properly use Veil, so we learned some things for sure. All right, we almost killed our opponent, right? I mean, we did 14 damage to them. They just happened to deal 20 to us in one go. In bug, I assume, Andy. Makes sense. Makes sense. I couldn't be bought out to play bug, so that's kind of a no-go for me. It's just not my thing. Hey, Jarvis raid. I appreciate that. Thanks for the raid, Jarvis. We just finished going 0-4. We learned that Tien is not to be trusted. He is too powerful of a wizard. I could not buy a win with this deck to save anyone's life, basically. Yeah, it's a no-go for me.